Okay, so hello everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the Down Fast podcast here on the Chiltern Trainspotters with me, Alfie from Chiltern Train Spotter, and Liam from the Liam's Railway Photography.
Don't use that account.
What?
Hello.
I don't use that account anymore.
Yeah, but that's where you came from originally, so that's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, you're Oliver's Raft. Hello.
Hello. Right, okay. So, today, our topics that we will be talking about will be so there is no connection found between the coughing incident and death on Thameslink. So Stadler has completed the deliveries of the new Greater Anglia Fleet. £2.7 billion East Midlands plan has been unveiled for HS2. And finally, a new London Transport Commissioner has been named for London Underground. So our first topic today, also please do notice the shiny new graphics I spent a while making. Yeah, so our first topic today is there is no connection between the coughing incident and death on Thameslink. So, the death of a Governor Thameslink Railway staff member from COVID-19 is no longer being linked to an alleged incident at London Victoria on the 21st of March, in which a man was reported to have spat and coughed at two workers on the concourse. The man was said to have claimed that he was infected by coronavirus, and one of the staff involved, 47-year-old Belly Mujinga, was admitted to Barnet Hospital on the 2nd of April, where she tested positive for the disease. Okay, so do we think that they have railways have put in sufficient things to staff to like protect them from COVID-19, and do we think like it could be improved? Alfie, you can start.
Yeah, I think that people who work on the front line, such as platform staff, aren't sufficiently protected because of they haven't. I've seen they haven't been provided PPE at all. So yeah, I just think that the frontline workers, like ticket staff people,
Yeah.
drivers drivers have been all right because
Isolating
they're
from
not
the
actually
cab.
dealing with any people. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, everyone should be provided gloves, masks, and face shields if necessary.
Yeah, Liam, what do you think?
Yeah, I think that they do need more PPE because my uncle went up to London Bridge Tuesday for his work. Yes, essential journey. And he said that there was no PPE on any of the staff. They looked absolutely normal. There was nothing on.
Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
should be,
it
or
was
I think it should be a requirement to wear masks as well, because like on LNER they've made it a requirement to wear masks, and Eurostar, so I don't see why that shouldn't be introduced across London Underground, just the whole of the British Railway network, for example. Like, yeah, because I think it just protect everyone, even though they don't protect you necessarily, they protect you from spreading the virus. So it means it keeps
don't you
everything
do have it
down
and you
and
don't.
in control. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
although they are in short supply, but yeah, like they're going back up now. So
When they
yeah,
say face mask, they don't mean a face. You can wear a face covering. Say you could just get an old t-shirt, fold it up, and tie it
yeah,
around the
what do we
back.
think
That could be.
about this incident in question? Like, do we think that it's true, like a man did spit and then she got the member of staff got COVID-19, or people have been saying, like why was she working in the public area of the station when obviously that she's not meant to under like at the minute. So like, what do we think
yeah.
Yeah.
about like the situation? One of you start, I don't mind
I
who.
yeah, I think that they should have just had the what's the word the right
Protect.
PPE for the job. Because if someone's going to spit in your face and cough, you want to wear a face shield like them plastic things you put over your face for obvious reasons.
Visor.
Yeah, and it's just like not right for in this day of age for
Hello,
like people
Southwestern Railway fan.
Oh
to be
hi.
spitting and coughing in like everyone's face. It's just like not. It's just not really humane, really.
Exactly. I don't think
Exactly.
like if you did that, then I think there should be some kind of if that did actually happen, then I think there should just be some kind of punishment or
Mm,
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah. Because however, BTP said a 57-year-old man from London interviewed under caution on the 17th of April will not be facing charges. Presumably that's because they don't have enough evidence. But I think if they come up with the evidence that he should be charged, I think it should be pretty serious because in theory he could have
Because
killed that person, that member of staff. So
yeah,
yeah,
I'd personally say they should be locked up for like maybe 8 weeks and given the full penalty fare of not what's it the full penalty fare of breaking COVID law.
yeah, COVID law.
yeah,
Do we
That's what it's
think?
COVID
actually
law.
called.
Do we think that do we think that he should be charged, Liam?
Yeah. Yes, he should be charged because in reality he coughed at someone. um, sorry, just found something funny out of the podcast. Anyway, in reality, it's murder. It's manslaughter. The person that spat on the woman killed someone. They should face the charge of murder because they
Yeah,
killed someone with intent because
yeah.
they coughed and spat on, which is obviously right. Especially with now,
Although they might be
even
drunk,
if
but like that still doesn't really like
it doesn't make it all right. 7 likes. Whoa.
no.
Um. Yes, the big one. Um. Yeah, it's even if the COVID wasn't around, you still don't spit in someone's face, even if you don't want to kill them,
Mm.
or especially now, you wouldn't spit in
What
someone's face,
what
even if you
punishments do we
hated
think he
them.
should get?
Murder.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
But people, the police concluded, as a result of our inquiries, we can now be confident that this incident did not lead to Belly's tragic death. Um, so obviously
Yeah.
that's what they've inquired, but obviously we don't know if that's true. Obviously we're hoping that it's true that and that
Yeah.
this speaking didn't actually cause her death. However, we don't actually know that. So like if it did and we found out, do you think you think there'd be like a backlash from everyone saying, "Oh, Thameslink and the BTP, why didn't you investigate it properly?" And like, yeah,
Thameslink.
yeah,
That's why. Thameslink Thameslink.
GTR.
yeah,
Yeah, GTR's
yeah.
GTR. No one likes.
I think that in this incident, they've taken it like too light-handedly. They
Mm.
should just like put their foot down and just like charge him.
Yeah, they should have done like a proper investigation rather than
Yeah,
like just yeah saying, "Oh, we've done a bit of an inquiry."
Yeah.
Yeah, so we think that she wasn't killed because of that. But they did say it took any allegations seriously, and Southern's managing director said the safety of the customers' staff, who are key workers themselves, continue to be the front of mind at all times, and we follow the latest government advice. Yeah, so as we've been talking about how we think they should get more PPE, do you think that what they're saying there is true, or do you think that they should really be having more protection and like more PPE for staff and like, yeah,
Yeah. Even if it's a mask and gloves, PPE, it's protecting the person. Well, like
mm,
goggles, face mask, and gloves. Done. Easy. You don't
yeah,
need the NHS. Yeah, I can understand the NHS have hazmat suits on, but the
mm,
frontline staff on the railway don't need hazmat. They
yeah,
can
Yeah,
just have masks, gloves, and either a visor or goggles to protect.
exactly,
yeah,
yeah.
100%. Should
Okay,
we move on to our next topic?
yeah. So our next topic is that Stadler has completed the order for Greater Anglia News Fleet. So the complete fleet of 58 new Stadler trains Greater Anglia should be in service by the summer and have all been delivered to Greater Anglia, Stadler has said. All older rolling stock in Greater Anglia's intercity, rural, regional and rural routes is being displaced by the new fleet, which consists of 38 bike mode and 20 electric. The first bi-modes arrived last year, and the electric units began to follow in January. The electric trains are the intercity services between Norwich, London, and for the Stansted Express between Stansted Airport and London, with 10 units to each route. The order, for a total of 378 vehicles and worth some £600 million, has been financed by pension funds and insurance companies through Rockwell East Anglia and a joint venture between Rockwell, Albany Standard Investments, and GLIL Infrastructure. As a result of the COVID-19 pandemic and its effect on rail travel nationally, Greater Anglia is being run as a management contract with the Department of Transport until later this year, at least. So, good evening, EM176. How are you? So, what do we think about Greater Anglia getting these new trains? Because we have been on the 755s, and Liam and Alfie have been on the 745s. Well,
Almost
I have
doing
personally.
terrible there.
Do you think, to start with, do you think they're good trains? Do you think they're a suitable replacement for the 321s and Class 90s that are running on it before?
Yeah, they are. They're very, very comfy. They're better than any new train. They're, I hate to say it, but they're better seats than like 170s because they're like the Turbo Star family. Their seats are huge and comfy, and the seats are better than that. They've got the leather headrest at the top in standard. That's Thameslink, like ultra first class, Williams class,
Yeah, but
basically.
yeah, and then you go on the shitty Thameslink trains. I shouldn't believe that, but whatever.
Oh,
I swore on a train. I swore on a live stream. Oh my god. Right.
yeah.
Naughty.
Naughty. Right.
Naughty,
When you
naughty,
got,
naughty.
yeah,
Child
when you go on the
friendly.
what?
This is supposed to be a child friendly YouTube channel.
Well, it's not set to kids, so
Exactly. Oh, is it not?
no, it's set. I'm not too well tonight. Now it's serious. Serious. So thank you. No problem at E176.
Hope
Yeah.
you feel better soon.
Hope you feel better soon and get
Yeah.
driving soon as well.
Yep.
Yeah, Alfie, do you think they're a suitable replacement, or do you think they should have kept the 3-1-2-1s and three and other stuff, even though they were getting quite old?
Well, I think that class 321s and class 90s indeed are excellent trains, especially the slam doors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the slam doors are brilliant, like
Yeah.
because you can like open the window, you
How
can
did
feel
you dare
the
to say
wind.
turbo stars, Liam? How dare you?
Oh, I'm so
Um,
sorry. I'm so
turbo stuff are
sorry.
brilliant. 168s are the best.
Yeah.
Um,
168s are the
Oh,
best.
yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
They're Clubman
170
though.
is
They're
cross
Chiltern
country. That's
Clubman
what I'm going to
because
say.
Chiltern's too posh to have turbo stars. They're
Yeah.
Yes, that's
Clubman.
Williams.
Um,
Yeah.
They're
yeah, I think
Clubmans.
321s and class 90s Mark 3s DVTs, they're like brilliant, but they needed to go basically. They need a new change.
Mm.
Yeah, 745, 755s are brilliant. I prefer the 745s because they're just got more capacity and it's just
They do
always
look
you're always
very. They do look very European. Like
yeah
they've got
they
like the
do look
centre
very
motor
European.
and like they've got the step that folds out. That does look. I think that looks really nice actually, and it's a good step forward in
It is nice.
Yeah,
accessibility and stuff
But
as well.
yeah, I think that flirts would be good for a lot more companies, like
Yeah.
e.g.
You have
Um,
redeemed yourself,
like,
EM176.
thank you. I think on flirts could be good for Great West.
I think they
But
go.
on
I think
there,
they'd be good for the Chiltern Main Line. A, because they're bi-mode.
yeah.
B, because they're high capacity. And C, because Chiltern need new trains, like to replace their aging 165 fleet. And I think because
Yeah.
they come in 2, 3 carriage, 4 carriage formations, but they'd be perfect for the Chiltern Main Line and like the London to Aylesbury via Amersham, the line we live on.
Yeah.
The Oxford is the Oxford line. That's really
Yeah.
busy. It's really like oh hello South Coast. Yeah, it's really
Hello, South Coast Trainspotter. Yeah.
you put
I know I put OV,
it's
but whatever. I
really
can't spell
like
today.
two
So.
carriages, London. Two carriages on a London to Bicester Village service is not. It's not good at all.
EM176
Yeah.
will know what we're talking about with the
Yeah.
the capacity on the Chiltern Main Line. Yeah.
Yeah. From like being a driver on the Chiltern Main Line, quite nice because you can see like everyone being squished in, and you're just in the cab with like loads of space. 172, not much.
Look at
Yeah,
them.
you're
Yeah,
just like
especially
sat in the
living on the
cab.
Chiltern Main Line. Like me and
Yeah.
Alfie live on the Chiltern Main Line. It's packed. Everyone is standing there complaining. They're either too tight to spend any money. Yeah, everyone's
It's too
standing
I
there
don't think
complaining because the children don't have much change. Children say they don't have much money. Arriva's not giving children any money, and there's lying, and it just creates a really
yeah.
bad service. And well, not a bad service, just a bad formations, no capacity. And I think the flirts definitely help that. Yeah,
I
Alfie, do
think
we
two of them
think the
get better than
321s were good trains as well? And
Yeah,
before
yeah,
that,
like I think 321's a good like Ipswich to London and London
yeah.
to like Braintree and Colchester town, but like I don't think they're suited for the
Mm.
Norwich services because they're just like
Yeah, especially
purely
they're not very
90.
modern on the inside. I don't think they provide a very good service to passengers, and the 345s, the 745s and 755s have a better, like they're so much nicer inside. They
Yeah,
have plug sockets and stuff. South Coast Trainspotter said, personally hate the
very.
flirts because of the sound and the seats are hard. The Chiltern
I
Main
like
Line
the sound of the
should get a Scottish
I don't
170s, in my opinion. Personally, I think the flirts are actually really nice and that the seats are
Yeah,
actually really comfortable.
yeah, the
I
seats
do
are
agree
actually
that the Chiltern Main Line should get some Scottish 170s, but obviously they need to be fitted with, they
like
need to be fitted with
170s.
tripcock, and that might not be possible. And the tram is ending soon, yes. And EM176 said the
Expensive
train legs for children are
170s.
pathetic. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, there's Scottish 170s going down to East.
Alfie.
Yeah, the 321's replacements. What are they? The
745s.
no, the replacements for the 321.
720s.
Oh, 720s. Yeah.
Yeah,
720s.
720s. I really don't like the look of them, or like any
Oh no,
Adventure
they
in
were
my
fun.
opinion.
Adventurers. Yeah.
Yeah,
They do
I
look
really
nicer
did.
on the inside. They look better than all the other Ventures, so the
Yeah,
345s and the 710s. EM176, Chiltern wanted one ScotRail 170s, but lost out to EMR. Yeah, because the Chiltern franchise is going to
Ah,
is going to the end, is ending soon, and EMR has only just started, so I can understand why that's happened.
I don't
yeah,
see Arriva winning
No,
from cross country all the Chiltern
yeah,
franchises.
this is going a serious topic, but whatever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I think like yeah, they were very European, but you think it's a bad thing that some people think it's a bad thing that they're European because like they don't want like European trains to come onto our lines and like get rid of
We're
our
yeah,
Europe.
British culture, if that
yeah.
makes sense.
The
But our
problem,
British trains, horrible.
my one problem with the 745s is that there's like only one door per coach, which is like
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you're at Stratford at rush hour trying to all up like what
I hate
500 plus
313s.
people
Yeah,
trying to
trying to
squeeze into a
scramble into
745.
on the nine car on a I think they're nine cars. Wait,
It's 12 cars.
oh, they're 12 cars, are they?
Which
Oh
is
yeah, the Santos
which
Express are
is
8 cars and um yeah,
Yeah, I just think it's quite.
yeah.
I
I think it's
hate
quite pathetic.
313s. South Coast Train Spotter.
Yeah. I don't hate 313s, but I think they could be replaced. 377s are alright. I like them, but like there are trains better than them. Yeah, but I was gonna say, so there are like loads of commuters cramming into 12 carriages, but they only have 6 doors. So it's like, yeah,
Yeah, there's like
But when you
no.
think about it, the slammers are single leaf doors, which means
mm.
you can
So
only
it's
get.
essentially the same thing as the slam door sets. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah,
think for like the I'd say for the Mark III's how it's like a single leaf slam door. Um, it's just I think it's just more easier for a single leaf slam door. But 745s they've obviously got double doors and they're like wider. and they've also got
Yeah, so it's like
the thing that pushes
in and
onto the
out.
platform and the tracks a little bit.
Yeah.
That's more wheelchair accessible, but the Mark IIIs were much easier for like loading and unloading passengers.
Yeah.
The Mark IIIs are just the classic British on the railways. If you never like
Yeah.
stuck your head
Do
out,
you
stuck
think
the
they're going to be
camera out
good
the
for
window.
Stanford Express as well? Do you think they're going to bring capacity and they're going to look really nice on the inside for the people for the like tourists that come into Stansted?
Yeah, it's going to
Yeah.
set a good example for British travel. Yeah,
Yes.
but once you get like into London and you're crammed on a Central Line train, it's probably not going to be the best.
Okay, thanks, Salco Transport. Have a good day.
See you later.
Right, yeah. Do we? And also, so with the 720s, they've actually been delayed because there are problems from Bombardier with all the like the 345s and the 710s. Do you
Why
think
doesn't that
Greater
surprise me?
Anglia made the right choice to get 5-car 720s, even though they did say they're not going to have ironing boards and they are going to have some nicer seats? Do we think they made the right choice, or do you think they should have got more 745s or a different type of train? Liam, you can start.
They should have got more flirts. They should have got like 5-car 755s and some 8-car ones, 5-car, or some 10-car 745s and some 5-car 755s.
Yeah.
Because 755s can be used on. For example, you could, if you did have bimode 755 like 5-carriage, you could have a Felix to London service,
Yeah.
or yeah,
So
because
have
the
you
flirts.
seen videos and pictures from the 720s? Because I think in my opinion, on the inside, they do look actually quite nice. And I think the seats look
I
similar
don't.
to the ones on the 755, 745s. So Alfie,
They're
what
not.
do you think?
Yeah, I think they should get something. Hang on, I think they should get something different because of it's just always good to have some variety in
Yeah.
traction instead of just like say GWR from like London to actually no, that's not a good example. Say how they've got like for their intercity fleet, it's just 800s. I think that's
Yeah.
like just not great. It's just bland. But if you
Yeah.
had something like 800s and I don't know flirts, maybe that's just totally unrealistic. But whatever. Yeah, that would have been much better for like variety.
Yeah, exactly. Liam, I'm guessing you think the same thing, like what Alfie's just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, so do we think
Yeah.
that it's good that they kept the buffet on the 745s as well?
Yes.
Yes, that is a good thing. I love going up to a buffet.
Yeah, me too.
And the 800s on.
Question 176 and the burning question: what livery is a Class 89 going to be painted in? I reckon it'll be painted in GNER.
Yeah, same.
Mm.
Or some
same.
older livery, but I don't know.
Then they
Like-
paint it in freight.
Yeah.
Really powerful.
GWR, ScotRail,
Yeah.
first Scot
Yeah.
Caledonian sleeper.
750 livery.
Yeah.
I've never been to Scotland. I feel bad and ashamed.
Scotland, many times. Scotland's nice. Go
Yeah.
to Edinburgh. Visit Edinburgh. Yeah. Okay. So next topic now, which is so a 2.7 billion pound East Midlands plan has been unveiled for the HS2 link. So a bold plan costs 2.7 billion for the area around HS2 hub. For the area around the HS2 hub in the East Midlands has been published by a group of council transport bodies and East Midlands Airport. The core of the scheme is the future East Midlands hub at Totton, which currently serves as sidings for disused trains. And the plan proposes direct access to the hub for more than 20 cities, towns, and villages in the East Midlands. The plan has been published to politicians and business needed from the lobbying group HS2 East as the government to demonstrate its commitment to building the Eastern Road HS2 from Birmingham to Leeds via the East Midlands. I had in the class 89 King's Cross to Peterborough in the 1989. I'm old. EM176. So obviously we've talked about HS2s on the podcast literally every episode, but they've been talking about obviously redoing all the Totten sidings, which if you don't know is where they store lots of old trains. There's also like a depot there. Do you think it's good that they're repurposing different like areas into HS2, or do you think they should stay as what they're being used for already?
I think that it is good that they are actually bringing their old line back to use, like old storage siding back to use, because it's just good to get like another line built basically and to
Sorry,
renovate some.
EM176. I pronounce it Totten, but okay, I'll take your advice for it.
Toten.
Totem.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's good that they're revamping it, but also I think that like they should just make a new line because that might, if you're revamping an old line, it might cause problems in the future.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it is good that they are renovating an old line. But yeah.
Liam, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with Alfie. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Okay.
say. I agree with Alfie.
Okay,
Yeah, I agree with Alfie.
you agree with Alfie. Yeah, so we've talked about HS2 before. On the screen there's a graphic, which is the official budget for HS2, when it was first planned, which was a while ago,
Years ago.
was 56 billion. And now it's expected to cost at least 104 billion.
Whoa.
Which is obviously a lot extra. I know we've said this before on the
Yeah.
topic, but do we think this is money well spent, or do we think that like instead of refurbishing Toten,
Yeah.
it should be something else?
Simple answer, no. You can get a train from Marylebone or Euston up to Birmingham. Yeah, that's basically it.
Very good. Yeah, Liam, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
it's
the
a
chat,
yes or
what do you
no.
think about HS2? Do you think it's worth money, or do you think it should be? Yeah. So if you look on the
Yeah,
screen, on the
Yeah.
graphic, so the blue line, it says phase 1 is due to be completed. So that's phase 1. And then phase 2, which is the East Business Hub and Birmingham, Curzon Street to Manchester and Leeds, are only proposed. And obviously,
yeah.
Yeah.
we don't know if they're actually
With
going to go
HS,
ahead. So all the plans they're making essentially are just prototypes, and they don't actually know if they're going to work. HS2 too expensive, EM176 said, yeah. So, like, do we
with
think that before announcing
HS2,
the plan, they should have made HS2 official and say which bits they're actually going to do, or just go
yeah.
ahead with it like they're doing?
With HS2, I think you've got to look at what it's the what's the impact for other things apart from the railways. Like,
Yeah.
if space is
I
freed up on the London to Birmingham route, there's going to be more freight, which means less polluting trucks on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went up to where did I go? Oh yeah, I went to Wendover today to drop off something for my dad's mate.
Yeah.
And there was some HS2 protesters just near Wendover roundabout just before that, next to the train track. They were protesting to stop HS2. They're killing bats, which I thought was like quite strange.
Yeah. And near mine and Alfie's area, they've been along the main dual carriageway. They've been digging to see what the ground's made of, to see if they can tunnel through it. And obviously, HC has been given the approval. But Alfie, do you think this is a good thing? Do you think it's better tunneling through it, or do you think they should just go over it?
Well, I think that the logical thing would be to tunnel through, but I think it'd be quite cool to have like a massive sort of like beautiful viaduct going over the landscape. But I also that would ruin the landscape. So it like swings and roundabouts really, isn't it?
Yeah. Liam,
Yeah.
do you think the same thing?
Yeah, I think it is good that they're tunneling it because it's reducing the environmental impact, but it's gonna affect loads of people.
When it's being built, though, obviously tunneling is going to be worse because it's going to be vibrations from like the tunnel boring machines and.
Where you two are, is it going right under you?
No, it's
Like,
going the opposite side of the Chiltern line.
oh, okay.
So it is quite close, but we'll still get something from it, but like it won't be as bad as it would be for some other people. Like I know some people that are going to get affected by it. They said it's ridiculous because they think it's ridiculous. So
yeah, one of my friends, they've had to be kicked out of their house because it was going like right through it. But yeah. Also for me, like where I live, I'll probably be able to hear like all the works happening through the night and through the day because I live like really close to the train line.
yeah, Liam, do you think the same thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I won't feel anything because I don't live near the Chiltern line or any train.
Do you think they're going to build an equivalent for the other areas of the UK, or do you think they're just going to leave it and then move on to something else? Viaducts are
I
going
hope.
south
Certainly.
in the south of Denham at EM176, Seb.
Yeah, it's I've got family who live in Denham, so that'd probably be a pain in the ass for them. But yeah, I think that they should extend HS2 all the way up to Edinburgh, because like if you're gonna do it,
Mm.
not just do it like
Yeah.
with
I think
Birmingham.
that they should just build a connection between HS2 and HS1.
What, like King's Cross? I suppose it's Euston's. That would be kind of possible. EM176, I'm
It
looking
would be.
forward to racing a HS2 train. Yeah, we'll see. But we don't know when it's going to open, obviously. It might open in not open for 20 years, so.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an Avanti train because it's been operated by Avanti. Yeah.
Yeah,
Avanti high speed or something like that.
Avanti high speed.
Like the headliners aren't fast already.
Avanti West Coast, Avanti high speed. Yeah. Do we think the government have been managing HS2 well, or do you think that they could have done it way better and maybe should have taken in everyone's feedback before just giving it the approval?
Yeah, I
Well,
think that
Boris
they should.
Johnson's in charge.
They,
So
yeah, Boris Johnson's in charge, so it's obviously gonna flop.
Mm.
But I think that they should have just taken it, like not played it by ear and just like sort of taken it
Yeah.
slow. Maybe they should still be like holding it for approval right now, just to like I don't know,
Yeah.
just to take in all the probabilities of what will happen
Mm.
and just
well,
like
the whole thing could fail
Yeah.
because all
yeah,
the money. Yeah, exactly. It could all fail.
Hit or
like
miss.
I reckon that everything's gonna like something like stupid like a tunnel's gonna collapse like 7 days before it opens or something.
Yeah. They'll take another 5 years to rebuild that tunnel, and then essentially it'll put the whole project off.
Yeah.
Like what happened with the Gerrards Cross tunnel in 2011 when they're building.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, when I was when they were, if you didn't know, on the Chiltern Main Line Gerrards Cross they were building a Tesco. Obviously, other supermarkets are available. Above the railway line outside of Gerrards Cross, and they're building it on a tunnel. And because they're building the Tesco, the tunnel collapsed and basically put the whole Chiltern Main Line into lockdown. They had to divert all the trains, and this happened. And this was going on for about 3 months because obviously it took so long to be rebuild the tunnel that yeah, it affected lots of
How
people.
did they? Where did they divert the trains? Like the Oxford
Via
train?
Amersham.
Yeah.
EM176 said Chiltern are planning to run into Old Oak Common International to relieve Marylebone. Wow.
Why the international? You can't get services to France. I don't think.
Do you think they count Manchester as international?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Manchester.
People who live in London don't think there's anything past Watford, so
Yeah. Watford is just the edge of the
Watford's
world.
the edge of the world. No, anything out of the M25, just the edge of the world.
Yeah, anything out of M25 like Area 51.
Yeah, exactly. Why do you want to visit? Why would you want to visit Oxford? Who would want to go there? Right. I was on a train behind that one. They got stopped at Giles Cross, July 2005. Oh, it's 2005. I
I
don't
thought it was
think it was
2011.
2005. I think it was because I was alive. I don't think it was 2005. I think it. I'll look it up. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, I was trying to record a trains at Gerrards Cross. Like I found a really cool bridge just outside of
It
Gerrards
was
Cross, just north of.
2005. Oh,
Yeah,
I think it. Yeah, it was 2005 then. I think I. Okay. Okay.
there was a track fire somewhere in on the
Yeah.
Chiltern Main Line today. Where was it? Does anyone know?
I don't know. Oh, I
There was loads of train cancelled.
I don't know why I said it's 2011, but I thought I remembered it, but whatever. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I was trying to record a trains at Gerrards Cross Bridge. It was one of the bridges that replaced a level crossing when they was doing the Chiltern Main Line upgrade project.
Yeah.
It was one of them bridges, and about halfway through, we'd recorded a few trains. Well, I had, and there was a track fire somewhere. The 1704 off Gerrards Cross was 9 minutes late
Yeah,
going into
AIM-170. I've just looked it up. Yeah. The 1704.
yeah, it was just like yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So our
every
next
train was late.
and final topic on screen now. So, a new London Transport Commissioner has been named. So, on the graphic that I put up now, the bottom person is the old one, and then the new one, and the new person, Andy Byford, is the top one. Yeah. So, the new Transport Commissioner for Transport for London has been named as Andy Byford, who will join TfL on 29th of June. The present Commissioner, Mike Brown, the person at the bottom, will stay for a hangover period till 10th of July, and Mr. Brown will move on to take on a new position overseeing the rendition of the renovation houses of Parliament. Until now, Mr. Byford is responsible for the President and CEO of the New York City Transit Authority, so the New York Subway, responsible for 50,000 staff and a £40 billion budget, $40 budgets, over 5 years. So, do we think it's good that London Underground are getting a new face, essentially? Do you think it's going to bring
Yeah.
improvements, as he's essentially run the New York subway before, which I've been to New York and I can assure you it's not the best? Do we think that it's going to be a good thing and they're going to bring some good improvements?
Well, if it's the guy from the New York subway, and if he provides the service that the New York subway provides,
Mm,
I think it might flop. But hopefully, he can understand how the tube works, because it's so much different to the sub.
yeah.
And yeah, hopefully he
Yeah.
can just figure it out really quickly and just turn the service around completely and make it so much better.
New trains,
Yeah.
new tube for London and all that, but it hasn't. Yeah, we haven't had anything about that, and that was.
Yeah, it has been gone quiet.
It might be
But
nothing.
yeah,
It
Yeah,
might mean it's being built, but yeah.
it is good that they've got a new face
Mm.
running the tube, but it could go either way.
I hope he just holds on to the 72 stock for a little bit longer, so I can have a few more journeys on that.
Those are your favourite trains.
Yeah,
This will be
favorite tubes.
Tube stock, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think it's good that having a new face, but to be honest, I don't really understand because I've never, because all you hear from is people who make the decisions on the London Underground and buses is just
Sadiq
the Mayor
Khan.
of London, Sadiq Khan. To be honest, I've never really heard of the Transport Commissioner, so I don't actually know what role he has to play. So obviously, like as you said, if he does bring the New York subway service over to London, the whole thing might essentially, yeah, just disappear. So people in the chat, what do you think about this? Like what we're talking about? Think it's good that they're getting a new face, or do you think that they should stay they should stay as the old London Underground what they was? Because we don't know. He might bring a new brand. He might completely revolutionize our London Underground. Although I doubt that will happen. But
yeah, because it's a British icon, the Underground.
yeah, it'd be
Yeah,
bad
it's
if it
just
suddenly became European or something.
yeah. I just don't want it to completely flop because I like London Underground.
Yeah. Yeah, one of them is
Mhm.
a low 1972 Mark II stock. Yeah, one arm bandits. Yeah, and I think hopefully doesn't it enough did not much changes, but it'd be good to see some changes. Like I don't know,
Yeah,
replacing
Yeah,
the screens on the platforms with actual screens and I don't know, maybe new.
or make some more stations step free from train to street.
Mm,
yeah,
yeah,
That'd be good.
platform edge doors and things like that. Accelerate Crossrail.
Yeah,
hmm
Because obviously that was meant to open December last year, so
yeah, and it hasn't, which not very good.
mm, bit ridiculous actually, but nothing
Yeah, I
can be
think he
good done
should
about
just
yeah,
it.
I hope he sort of fixed the service and makes it better.
Mm. But yeah, no, there's
Yeah,
nothing bad about the Underground. It's just yeah,
yeah. There's nothing bad
very
yeah,
about it. It's just
expensive.
good. Yeah,
Like an annual London travel card doing 1 to 6 is like £7,000 or something.
Oh,
but
I've
he's
just
gonna.
realised something. You
What?
know, I went to the bridge earlier.
Mm.
Yeah.
I saw Neil there, Sinbad.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Not
fun.
me.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay. Um. Yeah. So
Yeah, I
Yeah,
just think they revolutionised the service.
yeah.
It's a bit
Yeah,
pathetic at the minute.
reduce the
Reduce
ticket
ticket
prices for a
prices.
start. Yeah, we couldn't agree more. EM176, you know who we're talking about with
Yeah,
regards.
I'm going to apply for a zip card as soon as I can when my passport arrives. But yeah, the ticket prices are absolutely ridiculous, especially for a travel card from Great
Paper
Missenden, my
tickets are
local
the
station.
worst.
yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Like for me, for one child's travel card, no rail cards, it is what's it? Something stupid like £9,
Yeah, from that's Great
which is
Britain, zone 1
ridiculous.
to 6. That's Saturday. That's what we're going on for Saturday. So
Yeah, that is
that's when we
ridiculous.
For
normally go
like a zip card,
spotting and video recording.
I had a zip card and it's 75p for one journey, £1.50 cap.
Wait, Byford is
Which
the
is just
TFL commissioner. He will be becoming the TFL commissioner. V Games. Neil McCullum.
Yeah,
EM176.
yeah.
Yeah,
He's a good lad. He's a good lad.
yeah. We're talking about Chiltern drivers here. If you didn't realise. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So hopefully we'll just see some good changes come from the London Underground, and then it might completely revolutionise service. Okay, so we do have like 4 minutes, but we're actually going to end this topic. We've got a few things to talk about. So you might have seen that the lockdown is being not ended, but is being lifted. So from
Ease.
Monday,
It's
people have
been ease.
in groups of up to 6 in England are allowed to meet. So we're actually going to be doing some social distancing, kind of train spotting again at some Lionshead locations. Um,
Yeah.
so the skip line
so
coming up to
definitely on the list is
Linslade.
Linslade, which is on the West Coast main line. We do have a video coming from there next Tuesday. And we're thinking of doing some live training spotting essentially from Linslade. So we've got some software we can connect our cameras to our computer and then basically
Yes,
stream
next.
live from our computers from our thing that we'll use at Linslade to YouTube. Do you think that'd be a good idea? Would you watch it?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, it would be a good idea.
would you think it'd be a good idea? And then if it's successful at Linslade, we could try it at some other places
Yeah.
maybe once a month when everything gets back to normal, or we just go back to
Yeah.
normal videos. We just want to test it out and see. Train Daddy finally coming to London. That was his nickname when he was in New York. Yeah. Yeah. Obviously. V Games. We'll see how it goes. Do you like class 60s and class 70s? Ian 176 said.
70
Oh,
sound amazing, but yeah.
yeah. I like class 60s. 60s are nice, and class 70s. Yeah, I like them. My mate who drives for Freightliner is named Brian. He's based at Ipswich. He quite likes to blow the horn, and
Mm.
yeah, he gave me quite the tooth at Hatfield
Ian
Penfield,
176 said
and
I would watch. Good.
yeah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. I like 60s and 70s. 60s are nice. So when I go to the sidings in York, the 60s is sounding brilliant there, but the 70s are
Yeah.
also like 70s are great. I like them. They're good looking.
But the 60s are getting quite old now, actually. So
Yeah,
um,
there's been a picture floating around the web, the internet of
Mhm.
a 60 in a scrapyard somewhere. I don't know where it is.
yeah.
Might be Newport.
They've been raising
Might be
money
Dean.
to help fund I see a position where they raise money to help fund the restoration agencies, just as you can raise money for us to help us. So to help us fund new equipment and videos. I'm gonna put the Jesus Christ. There's a lot of comments. All right. Okay. 60s are chalk ices and 70s are predators. Yeah, 170s. So in the chat now, I'll just give you a link where we are trying to raise £100 to just £100 to raise money for new equipment, and so essentially we can keep the channel going. Um, Obviously, you don't have to donate. We're not saying you have to donate, but
But it
But
would
it'd
if you
be
be
do have
really
any
amazing.
spare
appreciated.
change, essentially, then please do feel free um, to donate. And if you do want to donate, we'll put your if you want a message. So we've already had one donator, and their comment is good video, good vids. He is anonymous, however, he or she or they is anonymous. Um, yeah, so if you do want to have your message read out, we'll happily do that for you. But seeing if we get to £100, obviously we're not expecting to get to £100, but it would be nice if we could get some money just to help keep going. And we are maybe looking at setting up a Patreon, where you'll be getting exclusive
Reward.
content if you sign up
Behind the scenes.
behind the scenes, and just yeah, you can request things, videos, I think essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah.
and we
So
also have a website, it's called WIP. I will find the link in a second. Um, yeah, so please go and
I
visit.
think it's in the description.
Is it in the description? No, it's not in the description.
I'll get the link.
Yeah,
Do you want to just make that the full description?
yeah, I'll do it in a
Yeah.
minute.
Yeah.
After the stream.
Give me just 1
Okay, so
second.
I'll get the link. When the 3-2-1s came out, they first came out, they were known as caterpillars. I didn't know that. Right, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I'll just
wait,
quickly put the link
Alfie, get
in.
the link, put it on the chat. So this is our website. It's WIP. We do have a newsletter which is free to sign up to, and a members area which is free to sign up to. Get blog posts and a monthly newsletter. WIP, not fully released yet, but we'll let you know when it is fully released.
I can't get the link because
I'll
it's
try and
I
get it.
can't hear it. Yeah.
Again,
So yeah, we've just been we've made a website and we are doing like behind the scenes like little clips and we'll do a
yeah, there's nothing on
newsletter.
here at the minute, but obviously,
Yeah. Well, there is
Interesting.
some stuff.
yeah,
We're
but
also
I mean,
selling
there's a
some
store, there's our eBay store. We've got
yeah
some stuff on there, so if you would like to buy anything for some cheap prices on eBay,
yeah.
then yes, I'm about to put the link in the chat in a second when this message has gone away. Give me a second. But yeah, so here is the link. It is currently work in progress. I shall sign up. Yeah, 176. The link is in the chat now. So the sign up button is literally at the top, and there's also a login button in the top right where you can sign up. There's 2 places you can sign up. So that is 19:35 now. Obviously, we did have a little bit late start. So we hope you have enjoyed the podcast today. Obviously,
Yes.
we'll be back next Friday at 6:30 with some more news chat from the Downpass podcast.
Quickly.
That'll be episode 7. So we do hope you
Yeah.
enjoy watching the Downpass podcast.
No,
It's
take
goodbye
it
from
quickly.
me.
Goodbye from me.
And goodbye from me.
So I hope you enjoy watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.